Hello everybody and welcome back to Assorted Australian Politics. I'm Nick and today we're going to be going over the results of the Kiama by-election. Now, I'm just going to similar to my video about my preview and the prediction to the by-election, I'm just going to be using the tally for this. I do not own this website, go check it out. And I'm not going to be just copying off what Ben over here has said, but what I will be looking at is these maps, because I believe they tell a very interesting story about the point at which Australian politics is at and what we can and judgments that we can potentially make moving forwards. So first off, Labor won. Labor won from half-decent win. It was about 60-40 on the two-party preferred, and I predicted about 55-45, so I was half right. I predicted the winner, but I did not get the margins right at all, and I will admit that. I think I was a little bit too conservative, especially in the part of the video where I was looking at opinion polling. I think I put too much of an emphasis on carryover from the federal Labor landslide. I will be honest, I think the average voter is a lot less stupid than I seem to think they are, and does recognise the difference between state and federal governments. So perhaps I was wrong. Perhaps that poll that did have half-decent lead for Labor was correct, and it does kind of look that way looking at some of the results of this by-election. So right off the bat, as already mentioned, Labor won. And if we look at the map of the results, it's fairly expected, Labor doing best around the Albion Park, Shell Harbour sort of area, moderate in Kiama, and then starting to slip away as you head further south towards Berry and Nowra and the Shoalhaven, that sort of area. So that held up a fair bit. Liberals did the reverse of Labor, which should shock no one, as in they did well in Nowra and the Shoalhaven, then progressively did worse up as you moved towards Shell Harbour and Albion Park. I'd like to have a look though at the swing, because this is where the big telling marker is for the result. So if anything, there's a swing away from Labor up in Albion Park. Well, not if anything, there is. This polling place here, which I don't know the name of, up on Church Street, that stayed the same, but a slight swing against in the centre of Albion Park, and then let's look on the outskirts here, a very big swing, which is quite surprising. A few little swings up around the Kiama area, and then very big swing against at this particular polling location. And then as we get to Nowra's fairly even, we've got a swing against Labor there, but in Berry and the Shoalhaven, the swing is on Labor, doing quite well there, which is interesting. Greens went downhill. They picked up a little bit in Albion Park, except then again, looking at this result, maybe not. And then they just had swings against, big one against in Berry and Nowra. Shoalhaven, half-decent swing against. The Liberal swing looks good, but this is very misleading when you consider that in 2023 the Liberals were competing with Gareth Ward, and they were very similar, essentially the same thing, so there was a lot of fighting between, the vote was very much split between Gareth Ward and the Liberals, so this isn't a very good estimate. Whereas if we go into the Liberal Ward swing, this is not good. Although I also don't really know what this means. I would have thought that it would have been a lot less if it's the combined, but maybe it's not. So I don't know. Liberal percentages, I'll just go off the percentage of vote, holding up.
We can find out
still
pretty quickly, and you'll be fine.
Still half-decent result in Nowra and the Shoalhaven. These days you could win a seat off 30% of first preferences. It is doable. It has happened. It will probably continue to happen. But some not good results around Albion Park. And I keep saying Albion Park. It's very commonly referenced. Shout out to that particular part of New South Wales. but this area is very much a Labor area, the area around Wollongong and the Shell Harbour. It's in the federal seat of Whitlam, which used to be a pretty safe Labor seat. I don't think it is anymore, but there was also redistribution and retiring members, so that's besides the point. So the Labor percent, we've already been off this. Looking at the Independent, who I will refer to simply as Kate because I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that name, did pretty well around Kiama. I mean, that's not bad for an Independent. A little bit underwhelming, possibly, especially when you consider that there were talks of a big Independent swing and potentially winning the seat. Not good around Albion Park. Now is not terrible. Greens swing against the Greens, but still not a bad result for them around here. So anyway, that is just mine. So what do I think these results mean moving forward? I think it means that New South Wales Labor is in a fairly strong position. There are, from what I've been reading, some progressives that are a bit turned off. Means is fairly centrist, especially on matters like the Big Harbour Bridge protest in favour of Palestine. So that will definitely turn off some Greens and the likes voters. But at the same time, as we are seeing here, they are winning swing Liberal voters. And if you're Labor and you can win swing Liberal voters, that is big, and that is a very good position to be in. And I think next election in 2027, I've already done a prediction on that, but next state election in New South Wales, I think that Labor will pretty much hold their ground, maybe lose 1 or 2 seats, but they also have the potential to gain a few seats. And I think looking at these numbers, they'll retain Kiama. And if you'll remember, in my New South Wales prediction video, I predicted that Kiama would essentially be the tipping point seat between a Labor minority or Labor majority government. I'm prepared to say it now. Next New South Wales state election, Labor majority. That is a prediction I am quite happy to make based on its results. Now, I also know that you've seen the thumbnail. Is this the end of Mark Speakman as Liberal leader? I don't know. Now, let me be very clear. I'm not from New South Wales, so I don't know what the people there actively think. But from my ACT perspective, from the reading that I've been doing, he never comes up. Like, he is not mentioned very much at all. Like, maybe the only time we'll hear about him is if he has a brief interview or a press conference on Channel 7, because on the Sydney News, but that's it. He does not seem to have a very big presence. And clearly, by the result of this by-election, he does not exhibit what it takes to win seats that should be competitive. I mean, I predicted 55-45. This is 60-40. If it had been something like 55-45, then I might give him the benefit of the doubt, but this is not good for him. I'm not going to say straight up now that he's going to lose his job, because I don't know. I can't predict the future, especially, and I struggle, and I don't know how accurate it would be given that I am not from New South Wales, but that's not good, and he, I would say from this point on, is at risk and would have to work pretty hard to keep his job and get the New South Wales Liberals into a position where they can adequately contest and possibly win the 2027 state election. So anyway, that is my thoughts on the result of the Kiama by-election. I'm going to link this site down below if you want to do some further reading. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. Thank you.